I have finished another sketchbook. So this is sketchbook number 6. This was only 20 pages, so it took me about a month to finish it. April to May. This sketchbook is something this. So yeah, it was only 20 pages, so the paper in here is really not that great, unless you're only using pencils, in which case it's okay. I'm still in the search of a really good, well, of a somewhat cheapy mixed media sketchbook that can also handle mixed media and not just one type of dry media. So I did like the arts creation, but the arts creation that I had was kind of small. It was about this size, so I wanted something bigger and preferably square. So I decided to try this one. I don't even remember how I got it. It was sort of like add to basket because it was kind of $5 or something like that. But I started by testing a couple of different materials on here and didn't do very good with the ink. It pretty much bled through right away, so did the markers. The pencils came out okay. Posca didn't want to write on it, like it was killing the Posca. Watercolor paint was kind of okay, and acrylics not so good, but they all ended up being like quite stainy on the other side. I like to have the first page as a test materials page, and then went for a little sketching session at a coffee shop with some local people. Didn't like how tight this ended up, so I tried to redo it. It's still very tight. I'm having the hardest time loosening up, but I guess you just gotta keep trying, right? But still, there was a bunch of these weedy baskets right outside of the coffee shop, and just a random tree. I had some leftover paint, so I tried to do the birds again, but like it did not want to have watercolor on this page. It just leaks and does weird things to the paper. Some pencils here, just some quick sketches. This is my favorite page. It's ducks. I love ducks, especially that butt one. This is leaked through from from alcohol markers. Just a very relaxing pattern. I enjoyed doing this one quite a lot. I was just like so lost in it, and it was a really relaxing, meditative path of time. It leaked through on this side. There are some just stickers from a work notebook I had that I stopped using. Tried acrylics. Acrylics didn't really want to stick on here. This was me on the phone with our internet company. It was a very long phone call. And then I came across art hang party videos on YouTube. I will link the channel below. It's a great channel. They do host them live on Twitch every Thursday, but then they post the videos afterwards, and so you can go and still join and still try doing the things. It was supposed to be art hang party draw fish, and it was like a 2-minute fish, but some of them I really got carried away on. This is from something before, and then I just started drawing fish around it. I've been in a bit of a art block, and I did a lot of those art hang parties just to sort of like draw something without thinking too much about it. I did use markers for this, so they leaked through, and I tried to cover some of that up with acrylic. But yeah, some of them I did spend like a couple of minutes on. But then this one I got carried away, and I paused the video, and I think it was five or 6 minutes of me just putting dots everywhere. The alcohol markers bleed on this paper, like out of the line. It will just spread out. and sometimes it's cool, but sometimes it's not. Again, those bled through, so I covered up a little bit with acrylic and just did a negative space plants out of it. I kind of liked the way it worked out. Some more fish from that same. Definitely helped fill up the sketchbook pretty fast. I definitely recommend their videos. I will link the channel below. Had some loose paper leaves that I put in here. Caran D'ache luminance pencils. I kind of liked layering them on here. Some of it turned out okay. I'm not particularly great at drawing eyes, but... And this smudged onto here. This is sort of like... Mostly I had a bit of an anxiety that day, and when I have anxiety I like to draw bananas. In mixed media that is just the thing I do. So here's some bananas. Attempting to understand landscape from another artist on YouTube. So I sort of was going along with how she was doing the prep and the depth. I did like this approach, and I did I ended up doing this in another sketchbook from a photo that I took on one of our walks in the park, in a local park here. I'm still having a bit of a hard time with perspective and not having water run out of the page. Now that I look at this, I see that the curve here was much better. But this is my like 5th attempt at a landscape, 3rd attempt at a landscape, seriously, something like that. So I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Some more acrylics stuff, and I was drawing this stuff from like the bunch of YouTube videos we were watching, and I was just sitting on the couch on my knee. Not a sturdy enough sketchbook for that. This was another art hang party video. This was one home decor. This window is one of my favorite things. It's nice. They choose the pictures for you, so sometimes when I don't know what to draw, I would just go on Pinterest, but it's dangerous. You can just spend hours looking at pictures instead of picking one to draw. So that's why these videos are kind of like, I really like, because I find it helpful. They pick the references for you. You just go with it. This was another picture, and then a kitchen, and there was supposed to be like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and then they went higher. I paused the video on this one because I really liked the wallpaper feeling. So like some of them, the references that I really like, they spent a little bit more time on. Yeah, this was another sketch for 7 minutes. This one was 30 minutes with pencils. I quite like the way it turned out. I think it was good practice to do these, especially for perspective stuff. So again, it's, if you don't know what to draw but you still want to practice and draw something, this kind of stuff. So yeah, it took me absolutely no time to finish this sketchbook. So I think it even took me less than a month to finish it. And I already started another one, which is the Stillman and Burn Zeta series. I do like this one quite a lot, and it does come in a square format. So I think I'm gonna order that for my mixed media sketchbook. I'm already halfway through, so I should probably put an order in soon. And that is it. If you guys have a sketchbook that you want to recommend that comes in a square form, that is not too expensive, that you can just slather paint in without worrying too much about it, do let me know in the comments. Thank you.